During Prohibition, Americans would do anything for a drink. Bootleggers, speakeasies, and illegal distilleries popped up everywhere. But what people didn't know was that some of the alcohol they were drinking was deliberately poisoned. And it wasn't criminals doing the poisoning, it was the US government. But how far did they go? And how many people did they kill? The 1920s were supposed to be a time of freedom and prosperity. But for those who loved alcohol, things were about to take a deadly turn. In 1920, the US officially banned alcohol with prohibition. But instead of stopping people from drinking, it only made them want it more. Criminal empires took over the liquor business almost overnight. The government had a problem. How do you stop millions of Americans from breaking the law? Their solution was pure evil. The US government had a dark idea. If they couldn't stop people from drinking, they would make drinking too dangerous to continue. Their secret plan? Poison the alcohol. Not just a few bottles, thousands of gallons. They knew exactly where bootleggers were stealing their alcohol from, industrial sources used for cleaning and manufacturing. So they ordered highly toxic chemicals to be mixed in, turning illegal liquor into a death trap. And within days, people started dropping dead. At first, no one knew what was happening. Perfectly healthy people were suddenly suffering from blindness, paralysis, and seizures. Doctors discovered the terrifying truth: bootleg liquor was laced with poison, but it was too late. By 1926, over 1,000 Americans had been killed, and the government knew people were dying, and they didn't stop. Instead of shutting the program down, they doubled down, increasing the poison's potency. By 1930, over 10,000 Americans were dead. When reporters demanded answers, the government's response was nothing short of disturbing. If drinkers are poisoned by it, it is their own fault. People kept drinking, and the death toll kept rising. By the 1930s, Americans had had enough. The pressure on the government was too much, and finally, in 1933, the US finally made alcohol legal again. But by then, thousands were already dead. Today we think of Prohibition as a failed experiment, but few people realize just how deadly it really was. The US government never officially apologized for poisoning its own people. And to this day, many believe they knew exactly what they were doing. But here's the real question. If they were willing to do this back then, what else are they hiding today? Subscribe for more.